started playing basketball when I was a young kid, you know, and never turned back.
I grew up with it. I know it's hard to explain your passion for it. It just happens.
Basketball to me is everything.
Love for the game. Just love being around it.
I play this game just for the love of it. You know, it's something I knew all my life.
It's like my first love of anything. It's kind of like what keeps me at peace.
Basketball to me is life.
The Cats are going to the Elite Eight.
Michigan State wins.
UConn lives to play for a shot at the Final Four.
Winning feels like
Reward for all the hard work you've done. Feeling that you really cannot describe.
It's the best feeling in the world.
This can be your last game playing with these guys.
You got to continue to fight for one another. You got to continue to play hard.
At the end of the day, the four left standing go to one place to play off for a national title. There's nothing like it.
Don't you love this tournament?
Shot. What a play! Kiss to be remembered. Wow! Unbelievable!
Welcome back to the road to the Final Four, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel in New York. All 6 of the remaining teams in the tournament have won a national championship. The #1 overall seed, Florida, and Wisconsin are headed to North Texas today. 2 more teams are going to join them and set our field for the Final Four. Joining me here, Clark Kellogg, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley. So these guys who are about to play, they come to you and they say, give me your best advice. What do you tell them?
I tell them, do what you do best. Don't try to do too much. You're 1 game from the Final Four. You know you have a very good team, and your style of play is already set. Your role is already set. Just do your job. Don't try to do too much.
Well, I would take the perspective of trying to take pressure off because, you know, the world is watching and all. I think a little bit too much pressure on it. I would say, you know, there's about 1 billion people across the waters that have no idea that you're playing right now. Let's just go out and play and have fun. And it's going to be a tomorrow after today.
You know, it wasn't an Elite Eight, but our family had the wonderful privilege of watching our son 2 years ago play in the Sweet 16. And as I told him then, I would tell these guys now, lose yourself in the game. Lose yourself in the game and all that entails. Serving your teammates, doing your job.
Yeah.
Lose yourself in the joy of playing this game that you've been playing since you were 3, 4, 5 years old. Lose yourself there.
Let's see if we can get all this on a piece of paper and get it down to the Garden real quick. Coming up later on CBS, it's the Midwest Regional Final between 2012 national champ Kentucky, 2013 runner-up Michigan. Up first, the East Regional Final featuring #7 UConn taking on #4 Michigan State. UConn making its 8th appearance in a regional final since 1998, led by American Conference Player of the Year Shabazz Napier, while Michigan State looking for its 7th Final Four appearance since '99. The last time they met in the tournament, the Spartans beat the Huskies in the '09 national semifinal. Kentucky won the national title in 2012. They've now won 9 straight NCAA tournament games. They're led by the freshman Julius Randle. Michigan comes in hungry for its 2nd straight Final Four. The Wolverines are led by Big Ten Player of the Year Nick Stauskas. Let's talk about keys to the game in the Kentucky-Michigan matchup.
Well, for Kentucky, it's about rebounding the basketball and being able to make shots. If they do that, they win. Has to ride what it's done all season long is shooting the ball, executing. If they compete on the glass, I like Michigan to win because of the shot making. I'm leaning towards the Wolverines.
To me, for Kentucky, it's all about decision making. If they can continue to make the decisions that they've made in the last 2.5 minutes of end of halves and end of games, they win. Their talent level and their talent base is high enough. I've been saying it for weeks. When are they going to come back and be freshmen mentally? And if they do not do that, they win.
You're basically saying it's a different Kentucky team than the one.
And I think it's mirror that team that we saw back during the regular season. I think they've gotten to a championship
every time I think
now.
my son has cleaned his room 100 times, coming at 101st and the room is dirty. So I think they turn the corner sometime.
Listen, I think Kentucky has fully grown up. Like I say, if they didn't relax after that Wichita State game and then getting down big to Louisville early, they're not going to revert. Because if they were going to revert, beating Wichita State would have made their season.
You think playing Louisville would make you? I think that
like on a roller coaster. First of all, they got down big to Louisville. and then they came back. That told me they're growing up mentally. You got to guard Michigan perimeter players. But I think Dakari Johnson and Randall down low are going to be too much. They're going to be a handful for Michigan. But Michigan, listen, they're a jump shooting team. I still think Kentucky, I like Kentucky. They're full grown up now.
All right, guys. For UConn, Kevin Ollie, in only his second season on the bench, makes his first appearance in the Elite Eight as a coach, while Michigan State, appearing in its first Elite Eight since 2010, is 6-1 in regional final games under Coach Tom Izzo.
Boatwright with a steal. Samuels. What a counter punch.
Hopefully we can do the things it takes for us to win and be on top and punch our ticket to Texas.
Gafai from the corner. Woo! Onions.
This is huge. This is everything we've been waiting for.
Dawson. Ready.
For it to be so close to accomplish our dreams and goals, it's a tremendous feeling. But the mission is not complete, so we still have work to do.
So the Michigan State Spartans, 29-8, preparing for UConn, and there is Tom Izzo just biding his time and waiting for the tip to a mighty big game for Michigan State and for UConn as well. And, you know, Spartans, hey, Magic is on the scene. Magic's always on the scene at Michigan State.
Oh, that's Steve, the coach of 49ers.
Steve Mariucci. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if they have Magic Johnson, even at 50, I go with Michigan State easily.
I just think the overall depth, the injuries have really affected Michigan State, but it made, I would say, it made their bench much better. Those young guys, the guys got playing time. Now those older guys are healthy. I just think it's going to be too tough for UConn to compete with them today.
For the record, you like Michigan State?
I do.
Kenny?
I'm going with the home team, UConn.
UConn.
And I like Michigan State. Travis Trice, a guy to keep an eye on. He's played really well as a backup point guard. They'll need his contribution today against those outstanding guards from UConn.
Whether or not Magic dresses or not.
That's right.
All right. It's game time here on CBS. UConn and Michigan State. We'll see you back here at halftime, everyone. Enjoy the game.
Here's Napier again. Wow. Look at this. Get a crossover. How about that? Showing me something.
The Elite Eight is great for the UConn Huskies.
Nice play. Dawson. Ready.
Another #1 seed bites the dust. The Spartans move on to the Elite Eight.
The history. The games. The magic. The moments. For 53 years, Madison Square Garden has been missing just one thing, the NCAA tournament. Today, March Madness returns to the world's most famous arena. Today, UConn and Michigan State have their chance to make their own history, their own magic. Oh my gosh! Their own moments. The city is set. The teams are set. The world's most famous arena, all set as well.
Oh, an impossible shot. What a play. Kiss to be remembered. Wow, unbelievable.
You're looking at the always spectacular skyline of New York City. And in the midst of Midtown, the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, as it welcomes the NCAA back after a 53-year absence today. The UConn Huskies against the Michigan State Spartans. Here in New York, Michigan State outlasted Virginia the other night. A great ball game. Iowa State lost to UConn, so Michigan State and UConn will tip off this afternoon as two of the blue bloods in college basketball. Look at the comparisons between these two in the tournament since 1999. Very, very similar. Hi once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist, Bill Raftery. Such a privilege for us to be here in this amazing environment.
There's something magical about New York, day or night, and we well know that. That's something special about the Garden. But when you look at this game, the guards of UConn have been dynamite. They're going to have to penetrate. Michigan State's going to have to stop that. And transition D is very important for UConn as well.
Adrian Payne, the senior for the Spartans, had a great game the other night. He's having a very significant last year.
The kids call him AP. He can pick and pop with the best and drill that deep one. He can take it low and power. And how about this, Vern? An assist. He's a setup man with a lot of juice.
UConn has been on a roll of late as well. And the key man for them is a fellow senior, Shabazz Napier.
This kid really has a feel. He can dance. He can maneuver. He can use ball screens. You go under. He sticks it and makes you pay. There's that little shuffle. Gets the puppies organized. And as Tom Izzo said, he can jitterbug in the lane with the best of them.
Shabazz Napier calls DeAndre Daniels the X Factor. He had a great game, 27 points the other night. His problem has been consistency. Can he repeat that? If so, UConn might have a heck of an environment. They're jumping in the aisles. And outside the locker room. The tip, UConn, Michigan State, next. Back in New York City, inside Madison Square Garden. Capacity here above 19,000. Every ticket has been sold for this East Regional Final. And it's a pleasure to introduce the third member of our team, Allie LaForce. Allie?
Thank you so much, Vern. You know, despite all the success that Coach Ollie has had in his basketball career, he never went to a Final Four as a player. So he's relying on the three seniors who are left over from the 2010 National Championship team to provide that perspective for the team. On top of that, before they played SMU in Dallas, he took the entire team to Cowboy Stadium, the site of the Final Four. He told the team to close their eyes, envision being there in April, and he told us it's hard to believe that they're just 40 minutes away from that visualization coming true. Now, for Michigan State seniors, it's the only senior class that Coach Izzo has ever coached to not make it to a Final Four, and I asked Adrian Payne, their leader, I said, with all injuries aside now, do you feel like you're back? He looked at me with all certainty, and he said, oh yeah, we're back.
He certainly is, Allie. Had a wonderful game the other night. In the tournament, 23 points. The goal from New York to Arlington, Texas. Or as we've all heard, North Texas. Florida's already earned a spot. The winner of this game will take on the Gators. Arizona lost to Wisconsin last night, so the Badgers and Bo Ryan are in. Either Kentucky or Michigan will be opposite them. Back after this. Back, here's Kevin Ollie, second year as the head coach at his alma mater. And the lineup for the UConn Huskies: Shabazz Napier, Ryan Boatwright, great guards, Niels Gaffey, DeAndre Daniels, and Philip Nolan, sophomore for the Michigan State Spartans. Appling, Gary Harris, Denzel Valentine, Brendan Dawson, and Adrian Payne. And in his 19th year, one of the men of March, Tom Izzo, 17th consecutive year that his team has been in the NCAAs. Sweet 16, 12 of the last 6 of the last 7 years. Some coach. There's the officiating crew for today: Mike Roberts, Tom Eads, and John Higgins. That is John. Sixth time these two teams have met. Most recently at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. Michigan State gets adventurous with their scheduling, and that was Kevin Ollie's first job as a head coach. He remembered Tom Izzo saying to him, "You're going to do fine."
And he was right, and I really think that secured Connecticut and his contract. Pretty good start against a great team and coach.
Michigan State, of course, also played on an aircraft carrier out in San Diego.
And the reason I'm with you is I didn't have any aircraft carriers, as Uncle Al would say.
A tribute to Al McGuire, our late colleague and great coach and commentator. Nolan Payne, a little jittery at the start. into the hands of the Spartans.
And John Lundquist right now. UConn goes man-to-man. They're going to try and punch it into Payne earlier, get him involved with a cross screen. Tom Izzo giving us some of his insights.
Adrian Payne up on the free throw line. They look inside. Valentine does. Gaffai's on him.
And he did the cross screen to get him right to the box. Nice help.
DeAndre Daniels defensively back to Payne. The help comes from Boatwright. Payne up, travel.
Good job being ready by all these guys. Look at it, just all the help. You can just see somewhere somebody is free. You got to make a quick decision and be in the right location.
Now Boatwright brings it up. Nolan pops out. They've got Shabazz Napier down inside.
And a back screen that he pinned down for him.
DeAndre Daniels, there's the help from Valentine.
How about this kid? Worried a little bit. He's had back-to-back games during the year of 38 points, so they need him big time.
Daniels with 27 the other night. Nice opening couple of minutes now for UConn. Here's Payne again. And a foul is going to be called.
That's a quicker decision, though. He had the diagonal look. He's got to know where the open man is. It's a back screen to get Daniels to the box. And, you know, we talk about back-to-backs. You know, it's a hard time getting my wife to cook back-to-back, and much less play at this high level.
Oh, Joni,
but
I'm sorry.
It's big for this team, this X factor.
Gary Harris.
Once again, still trying to punch it into Payne.
Nolan wrestling with him, doing a good job.
And Giffey doing a nice job shadowing the passer.
Now here comes Payne out on the perimeter. He'll take the three. This one won't fall, but Valentine has the rebound. Payne wants it again. He'll take it again. Misses for the second time. But he took it.
Yeah, no, he's not afraid to. He didn't have to look over at Tom as he did the other night.
He passed on an open look the other night. Boatwright with an open look here.
Boy, they look primed right now. Nice pump.
Harris inside the arc. Gary Harris, first team All Big Ten. Hampered the other night. He was chasing Joe Harris of Virginia, and he got exhausted. And that in part led to only 6 points and 4 fouls.
And he's chasing Napier, all defensive team as well in the Big Ten. There's a lot of things from Michigan State. Daniels deep.
Air ball. Nolan tracks it down.
Now, right now, one of the other options, of course, is to get bigs involved if you're Michigan State. That is maybe ball screen, pop. You've seen diagonal screens, baseline box-to-box screens.
Important, I think, for Appling to play well.
And Dawson, too, I think. They need him. He provides a big lift. Strength, physicality at the rim.
Nice job of Napier going through the screen. At the other end is Boatwright.
Are they on fire on both ends of the floor?
Look at that defensive stance by Boatwright.
No, they're ready for the challenge. That's apparent.
Valentine back outside. Nice pass in the corner. In and out. Daniels. Rebound for UConn. Now they'll settle for the half-court offense. Napier. Chased now by Appling. They've got Harris on Boatwright. Gaffey. Open look. Nolan. No. Daniels tipped. Got it.
Wow. Very alert. And right now, Michigan State not as attuned. And right away, I think Kaminsky coming in. They need some offense.
6-point UConn lead.
Boy, they are just...
Another steal.
Trap.
3-on-1. Boatwright. Napier.
What a
entry pass. Foul on Gary Harris.
What a look. How unselfish, how coordinated they are on defense, setting up the runouts. Terrific attention to detail. Boatwright, we know all about the guards, but Just solid offensive rebound, and Daniels really trying to do a reverse dunk. Well, they said he's not strong, and you got to be physical with him, but you got to find him to be there.
7-foot freshman's on the floor now. Amita Brima, number 35, and Kaminsky is on the floor for Michigan State, number 30. He's picked up Gaffai. Here's Boatwright. There's the switch.
Automatic switch they're doing. Here, exchange.
Gaffai. In and out. Tipped by Payne. It'll be UConn ball. It's an electric start for UConn. 8-2 UConn. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Vern. I'm holding in my hand right now a wristband that you can see Michigan State's team wearing in all of their practices and shoot-arounds. It says, "Pray for Lacey." Lacey is an 8-year-old cancer patient who has become an absolute inspiration for this basketball team and the team's #1 fan. In fact, Coach Izzo even brought her to the end-of-the-year banquet to speak to the team and provide inspiration. She calls Adrian Payne Superman, and she got a little nervous against Virginia. She said, "I don't know if we can come away from the win." Her mom told her, "Don't worry, Superman is here." He came up with a huge left-handed dunk. They could certainly use Lacey's inspiration right now, but a great story, and the team has fallen in love with her.
And Adrian Payne. Here's Napier from 3. Wow.
Well, they may have Superman, but they got some superheroes on Connecticut. The 2 guards, and of course Daniels playing at a high level.
7 unanswered. 3 turnovers for Michigan State on its first 6 possessions. And over on the coaching box, Kevin Ollie, the old point guard, is Valentine. And again, it won't fall. Gaffai, Napier, Daniels. Oh, goodness.
Well, nice run out. Boy, they are attentive on the defensive end. Just a good, solid job to fill the lane, and Daniels unabashed.
Foul was called on Kaminsky.
Just not covered on the perimeter.
How about the game by Frank Kaminsky last night? Wisconsin.
Double-double. He's really improved his game early in the year. Not really a low post guy, but now, wherever they put him.
Mr. Barkley called it, didn't he? Charles, DeAndre Daniels, 27 the other night, 10 of 15 from the field, and a couple of blocks.
Nice hustle by Brown. Almost comes up with it, but they are into it. And Michigan State's got to match it. Trice now a guy that can score and be a point guard.
Keith Appling has suffered since suffering a wrist injury back in December initially. He missed 3 games and has really struggled since coming back.
Look at Brima change that shot.
Payne is 0 for 3.
You got to get it up big around the big fella.
10-point UConn lead. Short. Payne chases it down. Here comes Travis Trice on at the point. He's picked up by Boatwright.
Be careful of the Brima now gets a cheap one inside. If you start doubling, Trice is going to make you pay on the perimeter.
Coming up April 10th through the 13th, Masters Live streams exclusive video of Amen Corner 15 and 16 and 2 featured groups. For more, go to cbssports.com/masters and masters.com. Matt Costello on the floor. Whoa! 5 seconds.
Great job.
Everything is going UConn's way.
Kevin Ollie's got them primed. Doing everything well on that defensive end. Mystifying a little bit. That's why Appling's so important. He can run the show, not on the inbounds there, but in the half court, getting him in the right spot. So Trice is going to have to step up.
4th turnover for Michigan State. Here's the senior Gaffai.
They're trying to string out that ball screen. Costello. Nice help by Costello.
Yep. Costello with the block. He's got Trice on the right wing. Pull up 3. They can't buy a basket.
A nice challenge by Boatwright, though.
Little tussle there with Daniels.
Michigan State's got to seize control on this end. Button up, communicate on ball screens, and take away the dribble path with some help.
Under 10 of the shot clock. 10-point Michigan State and the UConn lead. Napier at the buzzer, no. Valentine has it. Back it goes to Kaminsky. He can shoot that three, but he was challenged by Daniels.
Whoa! How about Daniels? My goodness. Double D, destruction, and dynamite.
Taft High School, Los Angeles.
And he came from L.A. on this one. He was way out top. On top of their game, reacting, helping, trusting.
Daniels had 2 blocks in the win over Iowa State the other night. Let's check that. We've got Trice on the floor. Brendan Dawson is back after a brief rest. Not a factor so far tonight. Jump stop. Trice closely guarded by Terrence Samuel. They're 1 for 9 now from the field. The other night in Buffalo, Napier went to the bench with 2 fouls. He played only 8 minutes in their win over Villanova. Terrence Samuel, number 3, the freshman, had a terrific defensive effort in that first half.
And he's coming in with Daniels. Really going to the well a little bit too much. But you mentioned Samuel. He also can drive it well, and they can rotate the guards and give him some rest.
This is Samuel out on Trice. Dawson wants it. Daniels defends.
They move him out from the box.
Samuel thinks about coming. There's the double from the low.
Ooh, a little play on Brima there. A major deterrent.
You've laughed with him. You've cried with him. Now it's time to say goodbye. Don't miss the special 1-hour series finale, How I Met Your Mother, tomorrow at 8/7 Central only. CBS.
Pretty good run of late. He's had a great tournament, Big Ten tournament. Physically imposing.
Brima picks up 2 quick fouls, so Nolan is back on the floor. Costello, Valentine for Michigan State. Gary Harris is back. Appling is back.
They like to play the 2 guards together later in the year. Just lets Trice roam, maybe get himself set for a good clean look.
Not much going well for the Spartans right now. 3 points in the first 8 minutes.
Napier always active. Look at Daniels attacking.
Harris got it.
Good push, and that's where they are at their best, I think. Transition, getting it down, attacking in the early, and getting something good on the kickback.
Gary Harris has 4 of the 5 Michigan State points. Screen from Nolan.
Well, good recovery by Trice.
Yes.
Goodness, you need jets to keep these guys away.
This is Croma, Lasan Croma, graduate student, played most of his career at George Washington. That one is saved and shot clock violation.
Great stance defensively. Containing.
Gary Harris, 4 of the 5 points. Timeout. A little over 11 to play. UConn up by 7. Bill, you noted they came out on fire at the outset here.
Well, it's amazing. 20% Michigan State is shooting, Vernon. There's a reason. Don't you think the reaction's incredible? They're doubling early, very confusing, blocking shots, great presence.
And 4 turnovers for Michigan State. Adrian Payne yet to find the basket.
And when they did get a good clean look, they weren't able to convert. They would check out, not too many, they trapped. UConn trapped them and got some runouts. And look at the reaction. Daniels, a man possessed.
Here's Dawson. Looks inside for Payne. He's fighting with Nolan. Nolan fronts him for the moment. Dawson off the mark with that one. And nice timing by Nolan.
Great job in the low post. Payne's got to be careful. He might be called for a clearing out. But you want Dawson to settle deep. You don't want him in the box area.
Terrence Samuel, number 3, still on the court. Boatwright, Nolan. Here come the Spartans. Payne, 4-3. There it is.
There's that push that sets it up. Collapse the D. And the big fella, looming large on the perimeter.
And that is Mateen Cleaves blocking the view of Lacey. Well, I guess that's okay.
Yeah, Mateen can block a few views.
Chroma. You got Payne, I think. Dawson and Appling discussing things.
All right, just look at the big guy, Illuminati. Nolan's got to pay attention, too. He's running into the thing. Come on and join me down here. Well, forget about it. Get those puppies organized and magnificent deep threat.
Lasan Chroma played most of his career at George Washington. Got his degree. Took advantage of that NCAA rule that allows a fifth year, an extra year, rather, if you are in graduate school. Gaffai is back now for Daniels for UConn.
Gaffai's really learned to play relaxed. There's a little three-quarter action, slowed the Spartans down a little bit.
Payne,
catch and
another
shoot.
one.
Catch and shoot. That's the danger of pressure. You go over the top, find an artist.
Adrian Payne was 1 of 4 from 3 his first season here. Now he's hitting 44%, and he's hit 2 in the last couple of minutes. Over 40 made this year. Boatwright. Look at Trice.
A terrific job, and look at the weak side help, too. That's what's made it tough.
Gary Harris off the front rim. Now the Spartans have something going. Travel.
Because it was Samuel. He was in the right spot. Amazing when you see this situation. Post up. It doesn't have to be a big guy. Harris with good eyes. The ability to find the talent to finish in Payne.
9:23 to go. First half, a three-point game now. UConn jumped out to a 12-2 lead. Chroma, Gaffai, Nolan, Boatwright, Napier's now back. A little trap on the sideline.
Well, you can't really guard the nice little pass. Gaffai shooting it great from 3.
Yeah, he's above 50% for the year. Missed that one. Valentine. Payne, nice. Trice, not there. Boatwright clears it, and he hurries. Napier's got it in his hand.
Great transition, D. Gaffai loading up. Payne's got to help.
He doesn't.
Make him pay.
This is almost a UConn home game. They added an extra train from Hartford to Madison Square Garden. Penn State sends it right here. Another miss.
Nice give. Nolan should have been at the rim.
Back outside. Matter of fact, excuse me, Bill, UConn has won 60. They've won 60 in the Garden. You've seen them play here a few times.
Of course, the Big East tournament penetrating here.
Chased down by Napier. Trice.
They travel too, UConn fans.
Oh, yeah.
In New York as well as other parts.
Appling. Boatwright has him. Now lets him go.
UConn's doing a great job checking out, too. Look at the weak side help.
Nolan falls down.
Nice pass.
Oh, boy, they tried to find Dawson. Valentine. Yes!
He'll break your heart, that kid. He does so many little things.
Two-point game. Here's Boatwright.
Well, they love to dance, but not going for it early. Look at the step back. This time they do. Look at this kid. Wow, get the lingerie. Get the custodian.
Their garments on the floor.
Oh, good. Imagine them at a disco.
Timeout, Michigan State.
I'm trying to keep these guys in front. It's an unbelievable effort. How about the finish?
Follow the games anywhere with NCAA March Madness Live. Download the app for your Amazon, Kindle, iPhone, iPod, or Android device. Bill has every one of them by visiting ncaa.com/March Madness. Matt Costello, Gary Harris.
Yes. A nice use of the bump by Kaminsky. A roadblock, and then the curl, the acknowledgement. Pretty play.
Gary Harris, whose mom Joy is in the Purdue Hall of Fame. Great basketball player there. His dad was a swimmer. Tyler Olander is on the floor. 2-point deficit. Oh boy, Valentine might have gotten away with one. In and out, rebound Daniels.
See, it's not the push that gets you all the time, but it's the secondary. Good look in the corner by Kaminsky. Didn't convert.
Well, let's check the 5 on the floor now. Boatwright, Daniels, Olander, Napier, and Gaffey, who runs the baseline.
Well, they had a clear there for Napier with Gaffey.
Here's Gaffey.
Got them playing much,
5 on the shot clock.
Much later in the shot clock. Doesn't matter with this guy. Unerring. Napier.
Appling. Napier has 8. Whoops. Oh, boy.
A little too much. That's not his game. Although he's effective finding people, and he doesn't like that either. That look.
Adrian Payne. DeAndre Daniels. Ryan Boatwright. 5:11 to go first half. UConn still leads. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Vern. I got a chance to look at both team huddles, and they are completely different right now. Michigan State is bickering, yelling at each other, trying to figure out how to score offensively. UConn is relaxed as can be. In fact, Napier looked at Boatwright and said, "Don't worry, I got this, buddy."
You go, Kevin Ollie. Remember in Buffalo at halftime? They were leading Villanova. He said, "We're going to win this game."
Exactly. They tried to go to Olander. Nice denial by Payne. Bad angle on the pass.
Appling.
Nobody playing him.
Payne, jumper. Nope.
Well, right now they are dodging opportunities. Michigan State getting a clean look.
Coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship Regional Finals continues tomorrow on ESPN. For more information on game times and listings, go to ncaa.com. Among the undefeateds, of course, UConn women's team. That seems like every year.
Gino's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
Daniels posting, and real good job by Dawson. Nice hands by Daniels.
Notre Dame also undefeated. Napier, Boatwright.
He wants a 1-4 run out.
Olander, Valentine, slip, Daniels. No. Dawson has it. Here's Valentine.
Using the floor, extra pass.
And for 3, yes.
Touchdown.
Great pass from Payne to find Gary Harris.
That's what Tom calls it when they get those runouts of a turnover or miss. Bad shot.
Gary Harris held a 6. The other night in the win over Virginia has 9 already. And the shooting percentage for UConn has declined.
And it sure has, because they've started to play pretty good gap defense, Michigan State.
Valentine. Harris for the lead. Magic likes it.
Vern, what jumps out you on tape is the ability to turn to the other end. Their transition is utterly incredible. You can see the extra pass here. Harris, get him organized and knock that baby down. Just terrific use of the floor. You can't cover them all. Number 14, solid year. Great contribution because of the push.
Spartans trail by 10 at the outset, 12-2. They have jumped on top by 1. Payne. UConn ball. Michigan State up by 1. Winner goes to North Texas. As usual, a lot of well-known celebs in the house. Jim Calhoun, 3 national titles. Magic Johnson, Michigan State won in '79 with him. Mateen Cleaves, Michigan State won in 2000 under Mateen. John Harbaugh, pretty good football coach. Super Bowl champ. Steve Mariucci, pretty good football coach. Tom Izzo's best friend. And Danny Ainge, still known for one of the great end-to-end baskets in NCAA tournament history. And Katie Holmes, recognizing that she's on the big screen again.
Of course, Rip Hamilton at the end there, the ability to use screens. And right now, Michigan State has seized control of the game by solid D, being in the gap, helping on one another on drives.
Spin move Napier, in and out. Dawson with another rebound.
It's the secondary.
Harris off. In the corner, out of bounds, UConn.
And Tom out there pleading with Gary Harris. Point, is he a moat? Because we've shown Kevin coaching on the sideline, that defensive stance. Had his team primed. They got to get back to a comfort zone, I think, on this end of the floor.
Yeah, they started out frenetically and jumped out to a 12-2 lead, but now trailed by 1. 2:18 to go in the half.
Too much dancing.
Another miss, another rebound.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty trip.
UConn has scoreless in the last 3 minutes. In the hands of Appling now. He's joined by Payne, Dawson, Valentine, and Harris. Starting 5 on the floor for Michigan State.
Nice screen by Dawson.
Looks inside, does Payne. Daniels fronting Dawson.
Late.
5 on the shot clock. Appling. Switch. 1 on the shot clock. Shot clock. It was tipped.
Just straight.
Grazed the rim. Daniels.
They've been solid with the switching, too. Great trust in one another.
They got a mismatch down low, Appling and Daniels. Now the kick in the corner. Wide open for Gaffey. No. They have gone ice cold.
And that's his shot. And then Daniels frustrated in the back. Fouls Payne.
Coming up on AT&T at the half, Greg, Clark, Kenny, and Charles with first half analysis. And they'll preview the Midwest Regional Final between Kentucky and Michigan. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Screen. Up, off the hands, touch last by UConn.
Nice play by Napier. Dawson's the guy on the floor now that could do some damage for Tom Izzo inside. This is just a nice little baseline pass, and Costello, fortunate, didn't go off him.
Appling, Costello. Daniels went for the steal and got it. Gaffey. Nice by Costello. Loose ball. Here's Valentine. Jumper. Woo!
What a play in the backcourt by Apley. It's all about effort all year long, but you raise the level of the NCAA.
Napier to end the streak. He can't. Into the fourth row. Michigan State ends the first half with a 9-0 run. They trailed in the early going 12-2.
It's all about digging and scratching. The hands just sensational inside. And down and dirty. How about this? A derriere assist. Hockey-wise, nylon from Valentine.
That's a new category. A derriere assist. Let's go to Allen in sports.
Coach, they made it difficult to score inside to start things out, but then you go on a 23-9 run. What will be your offensive strategy in the second half?
Well, number one, it was not to turn it over because that's how we got in the hole. Number two, they got offensive rebounds. I thought we took some quick shots early. They did a good job inside on us. And we panicked and we settled down, but it was the turnovers and the offensive rebounds that have been the difference on why they're not scoring. Our half-court defense, I think, has been pretty good.
Thank you, Coach. Vern?
I think we would agree, Allie. Thank you. That's the end of the first half. Michigan State, 9 unanswered. They lead by 4. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after this message and a word from your local station.
AT&T at the half is presented by AT&T. Rethink possible.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome to AT&T at the half. Michigan State leads UConn 25-21. I'm joined by Clark Kellogg, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley. Two things I thought were important here in the first half. Number one, UConn got off to a good start, and number two, Michigan State was able to rebound after that start.
Exactly, and the good start was due to Michigan State turning the ball over and UConn taking advantage of that. Both teams have played, I think, outstanding defense. But one of the things Kevin Ollie told us yesterday as he was leaving, I asked him for a couple of keys to the game. He said, we've got to rebound, and they've done that. It's only -2 on the glass, but we have to get back in transition, and this is why Michigan State leads, because UConn slipped up in transition. D, good push by Apley. Trailing stretch 4, Adrian Payne. That's a hard cover for any defense when that ball is pushed as hard as it is. Another opportunity, push it, swing it, and the defense has a tough time rotating. Gary Harris sprays a 3. Again, quick push, advance it with the pass, cross-court skip. Hard defenders to move as fast as that ball has been moving. This is an opportunity off a turnover, but 4 of the last 5 baskets that the Spartans made were from behind the 3-point line.
Meanwhile, Kenny.
Well, as bad as they were, UConn in transition, they were equally as good in the half court. So that is an area of concern. But if they get back and stop transition baskets, their half-court defense has been phenomenal. One thing that I always say is, we call this not dying in the pick. If you're Shabazz Napier, don't die in the pick. You get through it, you fight through and get big and put your hands up, and good things can happen. So he doesn't die in the pick, gets big, all of a sudden he gets a steal, and you got Boatwright for the easy dunk. Again, the other thing is, don't nap in transition. You can't get caught holding on to your man if he's a three-point shooter. Where here you have DeAndre Daniels here. He doesn't hug his man. He says, you know what, I'll go, because now the ball is more dangerous than the three-point shooter. That was a great decision. Great in the half court, terrible in transition. If they can get their transition defense up, this could be a different game.
You know, UConn jumped off to a 12-2 lead, and Michigan State walked them down. I thought that Boatwright and Napier would have to have a special game. They got 12 points now. Napier's 3 for 9. Boatwright's 2 for 5. That's not. They would have to be spectacular, and to be down by 4, I think it's really going to be tough for UConn to hold on. Unless those two guys, they would have to just go off, and I don't think they're going to be able to, because I think Michigan State is too good defensively, and I just think UConn is in serious trouble in the second half.
Yeah, what do you think happens in the second half?
Well, I think, again, turnovers were a problem in the first part of that first half for Michigan State. They've got to take care of the ball. If they do that, then they've got to strategically attack, continue to push that pace, get quality looks, and then try to get going inside. But I think Michigan State is in good position to pull away, because I think both teams have been excellent in the half court defensively.
It's a great game, evenly matched teams. Defensive transition will be the difference because I still think that Napier and Boatwright have gotten where they wanted to, just haven't converted. And that's a difference. Sometimes you get where you want to and you're not converting, and if you consistently get there, that happens.
And I don't agree with the evenly matched teams. I think Michigan State got a much better team, and I think they're going to blow them out in the second half.
All right, if that happens, maybe Kenny starts to suit up before we get to that point. We'll be back.
We don't want to see
more on AT&T at the half in a moment.
And we welcome you back to New York City, Madison Square Garden. Michigan State leading by 4. Let's check in with Allie LaForce and Kevin Ollie.
Coach, you limited Michigan State to just 2 points in the paint, but then they got hot from 3. How do you have a more balanced defensive attack?
You just got to get back to transition. They scored 25 points, and 18 of them been in three-point shooting. So we got to get back. We got to sprint back. We got to communicate and locate, and we'll do that in the second half.
They forced you to take some tough shots late in the shot clock. How do you get some better opportunities on offense?
Yeah, Nils had 3 wide open threes and missed them. So we're going to go back and we're going to think about that, and we're going to get those shots, and he's going to knock them down this half.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Allie, and you just pointed that out. Niels Gaffey, 1 of 6 from the field.
How positive is Kevin Ollie? We're going to get this thing done. Yeah, they've had some open opportunities, but not knocking. But late that shot clock, as Ollie alluded to, they've got to get their stuff earlier, I think.
Allie to Ollie, I like that. Yeah. Sorry. Buffalo Wild Wings first half stats.
You notice the number of free throws. Michigan State, I think, other than their early offense, when they get a good look, they've got to pound it inside. They average 20 shots from 3 a game, but when they do this in the early, they are a different team, Vern. The early push, location. Who said that? I think it was Donald Trump. You can make this shot, you can make big money. And Harris can, and probably will.
5 of 8 in the first, 448, 3 of 21 in the last 15. UConn does have the ball. They trail by 4, 20 minutes from North Texas. And a date against the Florida Gators.
See if they get into things earlier. I think that's something they had to talk about at halftime. A little nickel dimer.
Michigan State, first 7:51 for 9. And then 8 of 15, they closed on a 23-9 run. Daniels. Napier, only 3 of 9 from first half shooting.
Tough shot. I thought he was going down, but tough shot, good distance by Epplin.
3 for 10. Epplin, Dawson, Payne, Valentine, and here's Gary Harris. That's for 3. No. Napier. Napier leads this team in rebounding.
Yeah, he does a lot of things for this club, no question about it. Gotta make that.
Gaffey. Boy, that one down in the well and back out.
Unable to convert that one.
Amita Bryman getting ready to come back in.
They ran their double screen to get a 3. I think they got to go inside to their studs. This is one of them. Dawson's the other. You got him. A little late. Good recovery.
Daniels guarding Dawson. 8 on the shot clock. 2 on the shot clock. How about Nolan? Oh, he beat the shot clock.
Harris, he could not see the rim. Now, you got to keep that up if you're UConn. It's frustrating because you've done a nice job. He's able to knock one down.
That was a 2. In the air as the horn went off. Fade away.
Soft. Cudley. Daniels. Not a physical presence, but here, a quick turnover in the backcourt. Boatwright moves it around, and this is amazing. There's no way he can get vision on that rim, but no other decision to be made. When you're good, pretty good things happen to you.
And at the other end, Appling given a hook. And he and Payne not talking to each other. Appling and Payne, the 2 seniors who have not been to a Final Four. That's a significant part of Tom Izzo's life at Michigan State. Spin move. Daniels, too much. Lost it.
Trying to do too much.
Allie alluded to this at the beginning. Since Izzo got there 19 years ago, every 4-year senior has been to a Final Four. That is true of every senior until Appling and Payne. And they're trying to get them there now. Trice, foul, Boatwright. It's country music. Bill should be reading this. I think you ought to read that.
It's Country Music's Party of the Year, featuring the biggest superstars in music. Blake Shelton and Luke Bryan host the ACM Awards live next Sunday. Only CBS.
Well done.
Nice help.
Harris. Payne. Of course, we're wondering which one of those two you got on your iPod.
Bryan doing a pretty good job that trip, but look, they
Payne
pick and pop. Bryan, inexperienced, not a good recovery. Trice with those hands and not the feet. That's pretty little plays. Right here, screen, get yourself organized. You see Bryan trying to overhelp, and you pay dearly because that's Payne's game. He's not going to beat you with the bounce, but he can get him organized.
Had a chance to chat with Adrian Payne yesterday. A remarkable journey for a very soft-spoken but delightful young man from his high school days at Jefferson Township in Dayton to this. Missed again. Trice. He's got Valentine left side. Now he's got Payne for 3 more.
That's the best thing that they do. The push, you match up, but you don't get out. Maybe the most important guy, the trailer, the big fella Lumen, extremely large. And you alluded to the soft demeanor. He's outspoken with his game. Nyla to the big fella.
Thursday Night Football. There's a guy who knows a little bit about it, right? Coming this fall on CBS and NFL Network.
I met John. He was a lowly assistant at Indiana University, and what strides he's made with his career.
Of course, his brother Jim, sister Joni is married to Tom Crean. There's a pretty good basketball player. Tom Izzo telling us yesterday how fortunate they as a school are, a program, to have Magic Johnson, Mateen Cleaves, Draymond Green, representing different generations, still involved to such a high degree.
Now look at Payne
with the block.
Involved as well. Mo Petey mentioned, he said the linchpin, though, is Magic. The loyalty starts there. Everybody respects and admires what he's been able to do, but terrific coordination on the D.
Finally, drought ends. That ends a 16-2 run over the last 8 minutes.
They've got to force Michigan State to play half court. Good, solid ragging by Boatwright.
Trice out of Huber Heights, Ohio.
There's that double cross.
Payne wants it. By the way, his last basket was ruled a 2. Foot was on the line. Swatted, he gets it back.
Great job by Nolan, forcing him into a difficult shot.
Trice. Boatwright out on him, fresh 35. 15:30 to go.
Little double single.
Harris fouled.
Napier in the neighborhood there with the giveaway.
That's Napier. Gary Harris, Adrian Payne, and some bench help. Coke Zero wants to know, are you a real fan? Hashtag prove it. Visit the Coke Zero Social Arena and March Madness Live. Great moment during the break inside Madison Square Garden. The in-house television zeroed in on Richard Hamilton of the '99 national champion UConn Huskies. Then they switched to Mateen Cleaves. of the 2000 national champion Michigan State Spartans. The crowd reaction was really fun.
Adverse for Michigan State. But right now, doing a nice job, UConn, making this club play half-court offense. They've been stagnant. Tough step-back shot.
Harris, no. Daniels rebound.
Nobody gets
Wide
back.
open. Nobody saw Nolan.
Well, that's a breakdown that would draw ire from Tom Izzo. Everybody's got to look. Guards have got to recognize you can go play the big guy.
He was completely forgotten. Apple,
look at this pressure.
Floor. Back outside to Gary Harris.
Nothing inside. No touch on the box.
Appling rejected Daniels.
This kid is doing a magnificent job reacting on that defensive end.
Napier for UConn.
Nice slip.
Wow, missed from point blank.
Killer. He might be a little winded the way he was walking down the floor.
I agree. Harris gets it back from Payne.
Once again, late in the shot clock.
Harris kicked. Napier has it. UConn all the way. Foul call.
Well, he got fouled twice outside, but the strength of the little guy to pursue the 10, exceptional. All the way to back. Nobody recognizes. You've got to see here. Appley's got to go play him until somebody gets back. What a breakdown for a seasoned defensive club. And here, there's one. Still the pursuit. Well, some toughness in that kid.
Napier 86% from the line. I mentioned that the other night. Of course, the announcer's curse. He missed his next one. We're about to find out who'll be in the NCAA Final Four. And right after the game, get your official Final Four gear at ncaa.com/shop. One more for Shabazz Napier.
He feels Kemba Walker did it, that he can do it. He's not stepping back either. They look the Dyers. Take a look at Jimmy. He's been through a few in his right back. Calhoun.
2-point game.
They can't post up. Payne, there he goes. And Brima, yeah, a little small change.
That's number 3 on Brima.
He really hasn't been a factor, not as much impact. What a pleasant personality Brima has. He smiles after fouls. Well, look at this, and Payne lets the official know.
They're not smiling on the UConn bench. Kevin Ollie in the face of one of his assistants after the foul was called.
Well, who do you blame? I mean, you got to turn to somebody. We blame Bob Monsbach, our producer, everything that goes wrong.
And Suzanne Smith, our director, goes without blame. Corner, that's Kaminsky. Offensive threat, always.
Nothing going at the rim whatsoever.
Oh, Payne wanted it, and Valentine walked.
Kevin Ollie was a heck of a defender, a heck of a leader, and right now rallying the troops. His positive nature, we heard him at half court, but everything on the side, he wants it. He knows he can do some damage, but even if he gets it there, he's not a dribble drive guy. Brima doesn't have to worry other than the pick and pop shot.
In Norwegian, that's known as an ufta. Gaffai. 2-point game. Napier guarded by Appling.
Tough shot. Tough shot.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if he fouled. I thought it was just a very tough shot. And then the theatrics. I don't think he agreed with it either. But this is the defense that stepped up. Now, let's see. Now, goodness. Charles fouls Waiters on his blow-by. Carter.
Napier back at the line. mother of all comedies ends, a fresh new comedy begins. Don't miss Friends with Better Lives premiering after the series finale of How I Met Your Mother tomorrow. Only CBS. Carmen Velasquez, his mom, applauding, whistling, as a matter of fact.
And he got fouled. He had to steal, too. Oh, they're going to go. Oh, my goodness. I thought he had to steal, and then he got fouled.
Well, we were with this UConn team in Buffalo last week when he suffered a shin bruise.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
If we got hit like that in that subway ride, we'd be calling for help. I thought he got the ball, then he gets the elbow. I noticed you handed me your wallet.
I did.
We did get a little blood at the end.
I knew I was with a veteran.
Oh, they're going to see if it's a dirty play. Well, this will be interesting.
Well, he's got to go get some treatment for the bloody nose.
Well, they've blown the whistle. Now, this could be a dead ball technical foul. John Adams would be right on top of this one if the whistle had occurred there. There's that. I don't think there's anything malicious here. His hand just went down, not an elbow. I think it'll just be a common foul. Yep.
But the foul was called on Napier, right?
Yep. Well, they say you pay for your fouls in New York City. James Doran assisting them. These trainers do some job for these programs.
Here's Carmen Velasquez, his mom. Shabazz was telling us yesterday that grew up in Roxbury. They lived on a hill, but the basketball court was at the bottom of the hill. Mom would come out and whistle. And when he heard the third whistle, he knew he'd better get on.
That was such a cute story. Payne, nice pump.
Yes, into the corner. Back to Payne. No.
That's where they got to get after Michigan State.
Valentine. Whoa, he threw it away. Runs the point.
Got to get somebody else on the board. They're riding Napier. This will be a good shot for dribble drive. Get Coma or get five.
Daniels. How about Appley? How about Daniels?
That's the X factor. That's what they feel. He's been good defensively. If he steps up on this end, what an addition. We've seen him shoot threes. Drop step spin. Effective and solid.
Despite shooting only 3 of 16 from three-point range, Michigan State with 7 made. The turnovers by Michigan State have helped fuel this 11-0 run. Kevin Ollie, born in Dallas, trying to get his team back to North Texas. We asked him the other day his most significant memory of the Madison Square Garden experience. He said it was when he was on a 10-day contract with the Dallas Mavericks. And Don Nelson said, if you play well, we'll keep you around. He did, and they did.
The best game of his career, he said. Right now, Michigan State struggling. They just aren't playing with any physicality. They didn't have their biscuits this morning, it looks like.
12-0 run, last 4.5.
Yeah, they look inside after the timeout. They're not a good entry.
12 turnovers.
Harris did not get down and get a good angle. And Brima with excellent denial.
Croman's got the ball now, and I think they're going to get Napier.
I think you're right, number 3.
Yeah, away from the ball. Shabazz Napier had to leave with a bloody nose. He's back, but he's picked up foul number 3. Two, excuse me. Second. Here's Napier. Jump stop. Lost it. Oh, dear. How sloppy.
Not good. Not solid. They're just good aggressive boat right defense, though. They put a lot of pressure on the guards. Trice having trouble. And look at this. The feisty, competitive backcourt. Lifting their spirits.
Valentine looks down court. Here comes Appling.
Good D.
Oh, brother.
Good D, though. Boy, he really did a nice job. And Harris countered with a little slide into his body to attract the attention.
Get the most complete team coverage of the team you love and updates on the tournament's best moments with the Team Stream app from Bleacher Report. Go deeper with Team Stream on your iPad, iPhone, or Android device today. Harris.
And Vern, fortunately, he's doing very well because the other backcourt contributors have been non-existent for Tom. Appling struggling a little bit. Trice struggling a little bit.
Winner goes on to play Florida. The last Florida loss this year.
How about that?
Was to UConn. Shabazz Napier hit a game winner off of a DeAndre Daniels tip. Gators have won 30 in a row since then.
Nice activity by Daniels. I think he can elevate over Harris if they find him.
How about that?
He can draw a crowd. With his frustration right now. Napier 3 around 1, and you just see the side crack and the toughness. Boy, this kid just wants to put this team and ride it.
Now that's a foul on Appling, and that's his 4th. He's a senior. So is Shabazz Napier. Travis Trice will replace Appling.
And when you look at all the tapes the last couple, Appling never gotten back to where he was after that wrist. You know, they're not as confident maybe in his shot.
Well, he's averaging, Appling that is, 12 points per game, but since returning from the 3 games he's missed, he's only been in double figures offensively twice in 9 games.
Now plenty of time when he comes back in, just run the show. See, they use Payne. They should use Payne a little bit. Look at Daniels helping.
There's Payne underneath. He got Dawson. That's going to be goaltend.
I don't know if that was going to go in even.
Yeah.
It shorted it a little bit, but that's what Bryman can do.
Here's why he's a fun guy to watch. He smiles even after the call.
Big time influence. Doesn't take anything personal. They think he's going to be a special talent. Off-season's going to be big for him.
Gafai getting ready to come back for UConn. Bryman was there, and another foul.
Dawson overran the coverage there a little bit. What an attack mode Daniels has been in.
Nolan and Gafai on the floor for UConn, replacing Chroma and Bryma. You've got the 5th-year senior, the graduate, and the freshman out of Accra, Ghana. April 10th through 13th, CBS proudly presents a tradition unlike any other, the Masters, from Augusta National Golf Club. Bill, in the last 3 games, up until the start of this one, The UConn Huskies have hit 60 of 70 from the free throw line.
And they get the right guys on. Look at this steal by Boatwright.
Foul.
Now, Valentine didn't give up on it, but you have to be alert. And right now, Michigan State lacking in that particular area. Careless with the basketball against guys who just read, understand. When you put it in a compromising position, they just grab hold and pull for it. And Valentine, on this follow-through, takes care of some living rooms. Wow.
Well, Chuck Denton has survived. Chuck, you okay?
Toughness.
Absolutely. This is staggering. Up to that free throw in the last 3.5 games, UConn 73 of 84.
Just magnificent. Well, that's what wins games, particularly coming late.
They're 14 of 15 today.
And they've taken away those fast break early opportunities. Make Michigan State play half court. And look at them get in a defensive stance. They hustle and burn.
Twice. Another foul called. This one on Nolan.
Well, he got trapped in there. And look at Napier just calming Daniels down. A little too deep. They stuck in, and not much more he could do but give it up. But that's what Payne can do, and they've got to go there consistently with regularity. And there's a little woofing going on. Looks like our production meeting.
16 foul now. 9 on Michigan State. 8:45 to go. One of these teams is going to take on Florida. In North Texas, nice. Harris, pump fake. Wide open look.
And Payne did the right thing. Was patient, didn't force it. Nice kick out. And getting them airborne. Harris with a terrific knockdown.
Harris has 19. 2-point game.
Adrian Payne trying to get the crowd right. He doesn't realize it's a UConn crowd, too. Quite a few here. Nice shot.
There's a switch. Dawson's got Napier. Jumper. Oh, my.
That's him. He knows how to stick that dagger.
And a brand new wave, upside down wave on the UConn bench. Payne passes, Nolan was there. Trice. Payne
Short.
open, yep.
Open at the other end.
Napier, Gaffey. Timeout, Michigan State.
Some kids just raise their level of play, and right here it's just a freeze, a dance, a knockdown, nylon, and now the lackadaisical defensive recovery, and Giffey attacking, improved, playing international basketball, playing free, looking for a shot, and a nice read by number 5, Giffey.
He's one of the 3 seniors on this team who elected to remain with the program despite the fact UConn ineligible for the postseason play a year ago. They still won 20. Olander, Napier, and Gaffey did not transfer. Foul called against UConn. There's a nice footnote at the top. First time that both Michigan and Michigan State in the Elite Eight together. In the SEC, they put 3 into the tournament, and the teams are 10-1. 7 overtime games.
And, you know, you get some confidence from slippage by the other team. And this was the start, I think, of some terrific plays. A leak out by Nolan, a freeze frame, Knockout and define at the 10 on a run out. So breakdown, balance to the floor, and taken advantage by Kevin Ollie's guys.
Mentioned the other night that Kevin Ollie, when the job was offered to him as Jim Calhoun's assistant, he called Larry Brown, an old friend, one of his mentors. Long three, no. Here comes UConn again. And Kevin Ollie said, Larry, what should I do? Larry Brown, now the coach at SMU, said, don't even think about coming back to the NBA. Get back to the school you love. Now Larry Brown is bringing SMU in here to the Garden on Tuesday night for the NIT.
Yeah, great story. Larry back in college, loves teaching.
Daniels, reach around Dawson. Nolan, 3 on the shot clock. From the corner.
If one doesn't get you, the other does. Boatwright with the knockdown.
10-point lead. This is how this game started. UConn jumped out to a 12-2 lead. Payne.
One and done, too.
Boatwright.
Numbers.
Napier's waiting for it. Now he's got it.
Too much.
Now he doesn't. 3 on 3. Adrian Payne. Valentine backs up.
Pretty good ball movement, unselfish play by Payne.
Big shot. This is kind of fun.
Oh, it is great. Watching Napier, he thinks he can create and do anything, and that's what cost him a turnover. So when he's the calming influence, this is a heck of a team.
Trice guards him. Now he gets it to Boatwright.
And they're taking a little bit of a blow coming late now.
Yep. Boatwright glanced up at the shot clock, which now shows 5.
Tough
Takes
shot.
the jumper. Whoa.
And it went off white. Now they got a shot clock violation first.
Appley's going to come on, the senior guard, and replace Travis Trice. Appley playing with 4 fouls.
Good call. Well, they got Dawson today. He hasn't had the touches.
Harris.
That helps. Nice pin down and quick timeout. A little life left in the Spartans in their half court. Where did it go? How did it come back?
Gary Harris. Time call.
But UConn's got to run their offense. I don't think they can slow down. Use some clock, but be organized at 15. So you're not trapped into a tough chuck.
High screen Daniels. Now he's down in the post, being fronted by Appley. Appley giving away a substantial number of inches.
Nice gap D by Valentine.
Fade away. Nope.
Nice rebound.
Defy saves it.
Timeout. Kevin Ollie. Well, Michigan State prized themselves for the rebound, and that was one that was up for grabs. Gaffey in the right spot. Terrific and smart Tio.
Both teams 2 timeouts. UConn has given 6 fouls. Michigan State 9. And the possession arrow, Michigan State. Gaffey with a big rebound.
He and Daniels can take a little pressure off the guards.
Into the backcourt. Boatwright. Napier off the screen from Nolan. There's Nolan screening again. Gary Harris on Boatwright. They switch. Now Appling on Napier. Little crossover, fake.
Well, he's got it all, doesn't he?
Oh.
They give you the heebie-jeebies.
Gaffey. No. Tip from behind.
Well, they got a foul, too. I think Valentine. They are just scrapping.
getting after it and not being matched right now by Michigan State. 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go in regulation. 3:49 to go. 4-point margin. UConn. Well, they not only excelled throughout, but look at the last 5 minutes of a game. 48 of 53 in the tournament, including 15 in a row in an overtime win. 15 in overtime against St. Joe's.
Now, they get it in the hands of the correct guys, usually the backcourt. And tonight, unfortunately for Michigan State, only 3 for 4 on free throws, mainly because they're not driving it and they're not posting and going strong. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And the next guest at the free throw line will be Ryan Boatright.
He's shooting a paltry 78. His backcourt made his 86.
2 of 2 today. That's Tanisha Boatright, his mom. And right behind Carmen Velasquez, who is Shabazz Napier's mother. Boatright, one more.
Continues.
It's an extraordinary strength. At the line under pressure. 3:45.
Once again, good post team, and they got the nice little cross screen.
Double team, there's the feet underneath. A foul is called on Nolan.
What a nice play, and Dawson empty. What a great set. Tom runs a lot of nice things. This little cross screen, they run the double, they don't get the coverage, get 5, count the house out front.
Only the 5th free throw of the ball game. Brendan Dawson out of Gary, Indiana.
Now, this is a very tough team to extend the floor on with the great guards of UConn.
Can them both. Back to a 4-point margin.
And they will half-court trap on occasion. We saw that against Michigan State. But straight up man, Vern.
Kaplan backs away from Napier.
Look at Kevin Ollie's got good fight. He had him in the wrong spot.
Napier. This is Gaffey. Didn't know where to go with it.
It's okay.
Tipped. Yep. 10 on the shot clock. Screen Nolan. Boatright. Over Payne. Air ball.
Stepped out before he touched it. Great set. And Kevin Ollie's still hollering because it really messed up the organization of the offense. By the time they got him over, they had wasted almost 8 seconds.
Under 3 to go. Brendan Dawson, guarded by Daniels. Payne wants it, guarded by Nolan.
Trying to break the guy down.
Back outside. Appling.
Oh, pretty.
What a timely shot.
And what happened is Boatright looked for a screen, and then the quick move, the experience showed Keith Appling. Terrific little kiss.
From the corner. In and out. He hasn't had that shot today.
No, he hasn't. It was right there on the plate.
Chance for a tie or the lead. This is Valentine. Looks for Payne. They come around the perimeter.
Nice cross screen.
Double on Payne. DeAndre Daniels knocked it out. Turnover on the line. UConn ball.
Well, you got to get more out of that. Payne with the catch. He can go up strong. Ends up losing it. Turn away from the trap and elevate. And right here, no question about the call. Elbow on the line.
Appling and Napier shoving each other as they come across midcourt. 1:50 to go.
A little rest here for Shabazz.
Nolan to the screen. There's Payne again. But there's Napier again.
A run out by Nolan. Faulty coverage.
Tom Izzo calls timeout.
What a play here. The late screen. The nylon by Shabazz. Steps up. Tough kid. Tom Izzo telling us how they were going to play ball screens. This is late. They don't string it out wide enough. Doesn't step up. Payne. He's more worried about Nolan on the offensive glass. The real threat. He's that dynamo. Napier.
In the hand of Dawson's now. Here's Harris, leaner. This one won't go. UConn ball.
Got to step it up on the D here.
Travis Trice.
Got to go small for better coverage.
Yep.
Speed and a potential. Ooh, is that a
boat ride? Looks like he pulled a muscle.
Yeah, it looked like he had a cramp.
He's limping, wincing.
They're going to check to see who the ball went off last 2 minutes. Well, Harris got a nice clean look too. And I think they got the right call. You think it may have hit Nolan at the end? I thought it went off. Oh no!
No.
It should be
UConn
State.
ball. Michigan State. I'm sorry. Well, at the end of the Arizona-Wisconsin game last night, there was a call that was overturned. That was with only 2.3 left.
And they deliberated quite a while.
Yes, I noticed.
Yeah, I think Nolan
looks like it's off Nolan.
They got the clocks on top, and they got them. One end is out too.
That's not helpful.
I think this is a tell-all. This one, don't you?
It looks to me like Nolan was the last one.
Yeah.
That's clear evidence, I would think.
But they got it right.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, this is the problem here. Holding the teams in the huddle till they get that done.
TKO for the shot clock.
Well, this is an advantage Michigan State. Strategy-wise,
sure.
You know. Get subs in. They got Payne coming in now. You can go bigger on the offensive end, take Trice out.
And we are told that there will be a delay until they fix the clock.
There they go.
They listened.
When I'm in Manhattan, I don't look at the clock either.
Wow, that was quick. 1:13 to go. Clocks are in order. Replay works. Game has some tenacity and tension to it.
It's interesting. Giffey and Nolan thought it was their ball. They didn't realize they had switched the decision.
Valentine will inbound. Giffey will defend.
UConn's done a nice job defending the inbounds, too. A little cross screen or a step back by Dawson.
Dawson chases it down. Appling. Harris. Pump fake. Payne. Drives it. Adjustment. Foul.
Where has that been all game, though? Goodness. Strong enough, quick enough, handles it well enough. A couple of times he's had guys bite on that.
That's what you got to do, big fella. Attack. Adrian Payne had a career high out in Spokane of 41 points. In that game, he was 19 of 19 at the line. This, his first attempt this afternoon. Soft. Lacey Holsworth calls him Superman, the special 8-year-old who's battling cancer and has formed an amazing bond with Adrian Payne. UConn by 2.
If the guards give it up, don't let them get it back. That's what I would do defensively. Probably go through Daniels or a late run out by Nolan.
35 to go. Appling has Napier.
Tough shot. And they get him on the arm for 3.
Appling is fouled out.
How often do we see closeouts, instead of going straight up, under control, either run through, and just this delivery, you can see at the end, he got the elbow. Nothing you can do. See that? Yeah. And they just can't believe it. Such a critical juncture to have a free throw opportunity. Tom Izzo's furious.
30.6 to go. The senior Appling has fouled out. And the senior Shabazz Napier is at the line. He's perfect tonight, 6 of 6. He hits 86% for the year. And as a team this evening, this torrid streak at the charity stripe continues. UConn, 16 of 17. Two more.
This kid can muster it up, can he?
One more.
Shades of Kemba Walker.
UConn leads by 5. Half a minute to go. Trice, pull up 3. In and out. Rebound Daniels.
He wants to get fouled. He doesn't want to give it up. Underneath all
Here's
alone.
Gaffai.
Why wouldn't he pass the ball?
Nolan wants it all. Payne for 3. Gaffai's got it.
And UConn may have it.
Niels Gaffai, who elected to stay at UConn. The senior from Berlin, Germany, played with the German national team a year ago. Why not? 3 weeks ago yesterday, we were in Louisville. Louisville defeated UConn 81-48. Only the most loyal would have thought then that the Huskies were going to go to the Final Four.
Now, when you have quality kids and kids who know how to run a team like Boatwright Napier, collectively lift the spirits of others, the level of play, the trust, the confidence necessary to get to that next level, which is defined. And that kid right there, number 13, just extraordinary.
Let's take you back to December. Florida against UConn. It's December 2nd. Shabazz Napier grabbed the loose ball after DeAndre Daniels tipped it out. He nailed the game-winning shot. UConn wins by 1. The Gators have not lost since. They're going to get a chance to avenge that defeat.
And you made the point about his rebounding. He ran that shot down. The loose balls this afternoon, the same thing. Any opportunity they seized and took advantage of. Stores South.
Saw the moms of the two guards there. Carmen Velasquez. There's Stephanie Ollie. What a journey this has been in the last 3 weeks. And what heartbreak for the Spartans of Michigan State.
Little pressure here, make him use some time. Flawless effort, huh, from the beginning of the game.
That's the senior walk-on. Oh, goodness. Dan Chapman gets a hug. But the emotion, the elation goes to the Huskies of the University of Connecticut. And so, Florida UConn will meet next Saturday in Arlington. It's in North Texas. And Wisconsin will take on either Kentucky or Michigan. Well, the prayers will continue for Lacey. Some tears as well. Carmen Velasquez, she's got tears. Her son, Shabazz Napier, huge in this game. 60-54 final. Connecticut wins it. For Bill Raftery and Allie DeForest, Vern Lundquist saying so long from Madison Square Garden. Coming up next on CBS, Kentucky against Michigan. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in our uptown New York studios after these messages.
This is Capital One Tournament Central.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome back to our New York studios in Capital One Tournament Central. The East Regional Final goes to UConn, beating Michigan State 60-54. We now have 3 of our teams into the Final Four. We'll find out shortly which team will be the last to join them in North Texas. As you take a look at the bracket, UConn moves on to play Florida, and I am duty-bound to point out that Kenny Smith was the only one up here to pick the UConn Huskies. Let's take you back out to Madison Square Garden, where Bill Raftery is standing by live. Bill.
Thank you very much, Greg. Where's that dance, fellas? You had pretty good moves out there today.
Wait.
You wanted to be a coach.
Yeah.
And this is the ultimate, the Final Four. How about your preparation, what these kids have been able to do today?
First thing, I don't know if I'm dreaming, but Terrence got to slap me, make sure I'm not dreaming. Come on, baby. There you go. I'm not dreaming. Hey, we going back to Texas, and we want to win a national championship, and that's what it's all about. These guys, I love them, and they play so hard, and our UConn fans has been here. It's great to win in Madison Square Garden. The tournament haven't been here for 50 years, and for us to win here is just something special.
You had a great start, flattened out a little, and then all of a sudden their transition was pretty good. Right. What did you do to stop that?
We made stops. We got stops. We called something called kills. It's 3 stops in a row, and we had 4 of them in the second half. We started stopping them, and then we got on the break, and they recovered. When we got down to 10, they recovered. And that's what they've been doing the whole year.
A lot of guys played great, but how about this guy in the middle here? What can you say about Shabazz Napier?
He's just big time. He's just a leader, and he want to play 40 more minutes, and he want to go back to Texas. And that's what it's all about. He got hard. He's a leader, but it's not about him. It's about everybody else, and he's the first one to say that. And that's what a team is all about. It's teamwork, and we going back to Texas. How about them Huskies?
All right, congratulations. Allie, take over.
You got it. I'm with the star of this game, Shabazz Napier, right now. Shabazz, you guys went before you played SMU. You got a chance to go to Cowboy Stadium and see and feel what it was like to make it to the Final Four. Now you're really going. What is it about Coach Ollie that really makes you believe?
He pushes everybody. No matter what, everyone has the opportunity to get in the game and do what they came here for, and everybody has to step up. And he tells that to every single person, not just me. He treats every single person as if they're the star of the team, and everyone believes in each other. We have trust in each other, and that's what happens.
There was a few times in this game where you looked at Coach and you looked at Boatwright and you said, "I got you. Don't worry." Where does that confidence come from?
Yeah, man. You know what? I felt like the whole game we didn't play to our best abilities. We wasn't making a lot of shots. And, I just felt like we had a chance to win this game. We went to the basket strong, get fouls, and just do the things that UConn Huskies do. And fortunate enough we got the win.
How big of an impact was it having such a home court advantage feel in MSG? It was rocking tonight for you guys.
Yeah, that's how it always is. It felt like we was back at home. Our fans are stupendous, man. They cheering for us. They get up and they grind with us. I mean, what more can you ask for, man? A university has the best fans in the country. Students came down, families came down, and they just cheer for us. And without them, we would never won this game.
Shabazz, congratulations. Have fun celebrating. Enjoy the moment. We'll send it back to Greg Gumbel in the studio.
All right, Allie, thank you very much. How about that hug between Kevin Ollie and Coach Calhoun? That you can tell there's something very special going on. UConn, only the second 7 seed ever to go to the Final Four. The only other one, Virginia, back in 1984. 21 out of 22 from the free throw line. That's how you close out a win.
41 for 44 at Madison Square Garden this weekend. I thought it was the defense, though. They were disruptive. They really bothered Michigan State in that second half. It was really tough for Michigan State to run any offense. And then you play a tight game, and you've got excellent free throw shooters, and you've got Napier as your maestro, then you're going to finish that thing off, and that's exactly what the Huskies did. Very, very impressed by what they did to disrupt Michigan State.
Well, the wild card isn't wild in the sense that they have poise. And the reason I felt that from the start of the tournament they would be a tough out, and even today I thought they'd win, was the fact that sometimes your shot doesn't go in. But when you can get to the area of the floor to get a good shot, they will go in eventually. And their guards are able to get to areas of the floor. And the second thing I thought, they pressure just as good defensively as the guards play offensively. Typically a lot of times when guards are offensive-minded, Chuck, they don't put pressure on you defensively. But Napier and Boatwright put the same pressure on the defensive end that they do on the offensive end.
Chuck, let me interrupt you 1 second because Bill Raftery is standing by back at the Garden with Tom Izzo of Michigan State.
Tom, you're admired by everybody because you're a great winner, and when you do lose, you're a champion, too. And I know it's got to be disappointing for you. What did you say to your kids?
Well, the only part that's disappointing is I did not think we played very well, and I give them a lot of credit, but the turnovers that we made, and they were turnovers for touchdowns. I mean, they shot 34 and 22 from the field. You'd win 99.9% of the games if you do that. But give them credit, they made their free throws, and when they did turn us over, it was for touchdowns, and they deserved it.
Now, you've been down the road with these kids. It has to be heartbreaking for you to just chat with them.
Yeah, it is, because they've been through a lot this year, Bill, and then we come here with a chance to really do something special and not play even close to one of our better games. And I don't want to take nothing away, because I think those guys did a great job. I mean, his kids played so hard, just like him. They deserve everything they got. Today, we deserve what we got. For most of the year, we also deserve what we got, and that's why we were so good most of the year.
Oh, thanks for taking the time. You're a real champ.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, Raph, thank you. So Michigan State's season, Chuck, comes to an end at 29-9.
I've watched a lot of basketball games. I've never seen two guards offensively get every shot they want. On Kenny's point, they wasn't making a lot of shots, but they got every shot they want. but to make the other team could never even get into their offense. They dominated the game offensively and defensively. Michigan State struggled to get into their offense no matter which guard was in there. I mean, it was a beautiful display of defense. You know, Kevin talked, they call it kill. 3 stops in a row, they said they had 4. Their pressure on Michigan State was outstanding. And listen, they didn't play well, Coach Ejo said, because they couldn't get into their offense. I mean, a couple times they ran a great play, got a great shot, but anytime it wasn't out of a timeout, they never got in their offense. And you got to get, you know, we talk a lot about Napier's and Boatwright offense. They won the game defensively today. Those 2 guys, they were outstanding.
Yeah, you heard Tom Izzo there. He knows full well exactly why UConn came up a winner.
Exactly, the turnovers. The start of the game, the first play of the game was a turnover for Michigan State. A number of turnovers. I don't know exactly what the final count was. Last I looked, it was 16 or 17. Some of those were unforced, carelessness, but a good number of those were created by the pressure that was applied at the point of attack, and you've got to give the defense an awful lot of credit for that. They totally disrupted what Michigan State wanted to do, and they did it after they went down 9. Yeah. It was after the Huskies went down 9 when Michigan State seemed to be flowing that they really ramped it up defensively, eliminated any transition opportunities, and basically shut the Spartans' water off.
Yeah, and it comes a point in about a 4-minute span that you have to say, I have to be creative. You know, our offense is good. Our offense could be great, but I have to be creative. And I just didn't feel Michigan had enough creative players to make that happen. Great run. Just the wrong matchup, because Florida's a great team. And they have pressure on the ball the same, but it's a different type of pressure, which maybe Michigan might have handled a little bit better, because Napier and Boatwright get up under you. Florida guards get up on you, and there's a difference. So you have the ability to maybe dribble a little bit better, where the smaller guards, it's difficult to dribble around them and up under you, where Florida guards, they get up on you instead of up in you.
And Napier and Boatwright were so good offensively. The one thing that really killed Michigan State also was foul trouble. Those guys are great free throw shooters, and they were shooting free throws for like the last 12 minutes of that, and that's when they were doomed.
Yeah. Bottom line is 60-54. UConn moves on to North Texas as a member of this year's Final Four. We remind you, up next on CBS, the Midwest Regional Final featuring number 8 seed Kentucky taking on the number 2 seed Michigan Wolverines, which brings us to the Capital One Venture Card Double-Double of the day. We highlight the Wildcats' Julius Randle, who is now 2nd on the all-time list of double-doubles recorded by a freshman. 23 of them so far. He's also the first freshman since 1982 to have a double-double in his first 3 career NCAA tournament games. He will look to add to that total today against the Wolverines. Capital One Tournament Central continues after this. Welcome back to Studio 43 in Capital One Tournament Central. Coach Kevin Ollie and his UConn Huskies, the East Regional Champions, advancing to the Final Four in North Texas. As is tradition, up the ladder they go one by one. Werner Ladder is proud to donate to the General Scholarship Fund of every school in this year's Final Four. Werner, the official ladder of the NCAA Basketball Championships. Meanwhile, as they wind down, now that we've done game day right back at Madison Square Garden, the Huskies continue to get their share of the nets as the winning team, the number 7 seed, headed to North Texas. And remember, Kevin Ollie, born in Dallas, Texas. That's why he said how happy he was to be going home, and he's going home with the East Regional Championship under his belt.
Yeah, and he told us yesterday when he was here with his dad, the barbecue cookout will be down in North Texas, and invited us over.
We might as well show up.
We'll be crashing that party, Kevin.
He needs some more ribs the way you eat those ribs earlier.
Congratulations to Kevin Ollie and the Huskies. And by the way, they now show that they're a team to contend with.
But listen, you don't get to the Final Four. There are no flukes. It's going to be a great Final Four. I cannot wait to get to North Dallas.
You sure will notice that he ate those ribs, too.
Yeah, and I will tell you this. I've always said this. I've been blessed to play in the Olympics twice. It's the coolest thing, one of the coolest things I've did in my life. That Saturday at the Final Four, if you're a basketball fan, everybody should go to that. That Saturday, no disrespect to Monday, but that Saturday, you had those 4 fan bases there. It is awesome.
Pretty electric. Back with more Capital One Tournament Central after this.
This is Capital One Tournament Central.
Part of the scene back at Madison Square Garden, that is Shabazz Napier's mom, Carmen Velasquez, still celebrating. Her, Kevin Ollie, Kenny Smith, the only ones who felt that the Huskies would be on their way to Dallas by the end of this game.
There were some folks at Madison Square Garden that felt they were going to be there, too.
Pretty vocal ones, too, as we get set to look at the...
It was just a great game plan. Our players, our student athletes executed the game plan perfectly. My coaching staff came up with a great design out there, and defense was amazing. It was great to get off to a great start. We wanted to fight. We wanted to throw the first punch, and I think we did that. Had a lull in the at the end of the first half, and then the second half we turned it on. It started with ball pressure with Ryan Boatwright picking up. Then everybody denying Harris because Harris got off on us the second half, and we started having our attention there. Shabazz did a great job, and then our bigs did an exceptional job. Phil Nolan came in and gave us huge minutes. DeAndre was on the string and then let Dawson go off any. And it was just an amazing feeling to do it in Madison Square Garden and not the NCAA not to be here for 50 years, and then we come out and we win it. It just puts a great bow on this gift, and then we're going to unwrap it again, and we're going down to Texas, and we're going to see where it takes us. We play a great Florida team, and we're going to be well prepared because I know about these guys' heart, and that's what got us through. It was a heart of a champion, heart of a lion, and I love these guys.
If you have a question for the student athletes from the University of Connecticut, please raise your hand. We'll send a microphone attendant in your direction. We have one toward the back on the aisle. The first question for Zach. Please be reminded to use your name and media outlet.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. Shabazz, Michigan State was up 9. You know, they got off to a quick start in the second half. You then hit that 3, and it just seemed like you got a lot more aggressive there. You got to the line, started that 12-0 run. Was that your mindset after Coach called that timeout with Michigan State up 9?
Yeah, Coach told us to keep our composure. You know, they made their run, and it was time for us to make ours. And you know, when Coach looks at me a certain way, I just know I got to be more aggressive. And, you know, I got to open shots because my teammates got me the ball. And, you know, we just kept running. And, you know, guys were just making shots. Guys were just feeling the intensity that the fans were bringing. And, you know, we just was fortunate enough to get the W.
Next question for the student athletes from the University of Connecticut. Let's go to the right side toward the front. Name and media outlet.
Ryan Aselta, WNYW. Shabazz, you guys have won a lot of games in this building. What does it mean to your program to win a game like this here at the Garden, which pretty much turned into a home game for you guys today?
Yeah, it's kind of unfair. You know, we come here, and we plant a lot of seeds here, and you know, our fans come here, and as we always say, it's like our third home. So we feel real comfortable here, and you know, I'm glad we're not too far away from the Madison Square Garden, the mecca of basketball. It's exciting to play here. We feel the intensity from our crowd. We feel the intensity just from the overwhelming sensation you walk when you first walk in here, and it's just a special feeling to continue to, you know, create our history and win games here.
Next question's on the left side for Adam.
Adam Zagori, SNY. I guess for Shabazz and Boat, what are your recollections of that Florida game? They've only lost 2 games all year, 1 to you guys. You know, what do you remember about that game, and what are your thoughts playing them again?
Ryan, can you take that question first, then Shabazz?
From that game, I just remember a lot of scrambling on defense. We was helping each other. Coach showed us the tape right before we started winning these games. We got back together, and that tape was crazy. We was everywhere. We was helping each other. We was closing out right, and we was rebounding the basketball. So in order to when we got to go out there and play them, we got to play great defense.
Yeah, same. It was a great defense on our part. It was a dogfight, a tough game. And came down to one last shot, and you know I expected to be the same, a dogfight, and you know Coach is going to get us prepared for this game, and you know let's get down there and do our thing.
Next question's toward the front on the aisle.
Yeah, for Shabazz, can you just talk about the foul, the late foul on Appling, and how hard of a foul was it, and were you thinking that you could draw that foul?
Yeah, I was. It was kind of. He was kind of thinking I was going to go to the basket, and. I just felt comfortable. I hit a shot before, and I felt comfortable shooting. And you know, when I shot the ball, he hit my wrist, and which made me airball. So at the end of the day, you know, I thought it was a great call.
You know, he just, like I said, he thought I was going to penetrate, but I felt like there was an open shot, and you know, I was fortunate enough to take the shot, and he fouled me. So you know, I just stepped to the free throw line and just, you know, just knocked the free throws down.
Front row on the right.
Ed Daniel from the Waterbury Republican. Shabazz, I believe you, Niels, and Tyler are the first UConn players to go to 2 Final Fours. Did you think something like that was possible after what happened the last couple of years?
You know, it's quite funny because Tyler always, you know, pulled me and Niels to the side and always said, you know, he wants us to be the first players in the university to get to the Final Four. And you know, at the time when he said it, I just, man, like, it's going to be real hard. You know, it's going to be definitely difficult. And, you know, for it to be right here, for us to have the opportunity to play in the Final Four, it's a special feeling. Of course, we want to think too far ahead. Like I always say, you know, I want to stay focused on what's in front of me. And, you know, we're fortunate enough to play at Madison Square Garden and win. And, you know, we're just going to keep moving on.
We have a few more minutes for questions designated for the student athletes from the University of Connecticut. We'll go all the way to the back on the right side.
DeAndre, Mike Vega, Boston Globe. There you go. Just want to ask you a little bit about how meaningful is it to be able to go back to Texas, where you guys have won national championships before. In fact, the last 2 that you've won have come in the state of Texas. Now you get to go back to Dallas to do it where you guys haven't won there before.
I mean, it means a lot. First of all, it just means a lot just to win here in Madison Square Garden in front of all our friends. But just going back to Dallas, we definitely have a great feeling because we took the trip when we was in Dallas. We went to the stadium and looked around, and we told ourselves we're going to get here. We just got to keep working. That's what we did.
Back toward the front on the aisle.
Thanks. Follow up with DeAndre. You were talking yesterday. You kind of played off the whole matchup with Dawson. Can you just talk about how things went in the paint today and how you guys were able to shut down Brandon Dawson?
I just wanted to limit his post-up touches, and it was just a great game plan that we had from our coaching staff, and just wanted to keep him off the offensive rebounds, and that was our main focus.
We have another question on the center aisle on the right side.
It's for Shabazz, John Nash from the Norwalk Hour. You got hit with that foul in the second half where you went out of the game. It looked like it was a blood rule situation. Can you just talk about what happened, and what was your sense of urgency with the training staff to get you back out on the court?
Yeah, I was trying to go for the steal. He wasn't looking, and I kind of tipped it, and, you know, he was going to the ball, and then he went to go push me away, and just so happened to hit me in my face, my nose, and just started bleeding. You know, it's part of the game. I didn't think he did it on purpose. You know, I just told, like I always tell you guys, we have one of the best athletic trainers there is. You know, James Doran, he always, you know, gets the things done the right way, and he felt like I didn't need the little tube in my nose, and I didn't want the tube in my nose either. So I just went back out there. He just told me if I was ready to go back out there, and I said yeah. So
we have time for one more question for Shabazz, Ryan, or DeAndre before we let them head back to the locker room. Let's go back to Rachel on the right.
Rachel Cohen, AP. For Ryan, what was the scouting report going in terms of what they wanted you to do on the defensive end, especially in terms of just being so aggressive? How hard is that sometimes, knowing that you might give up some shots, but you know you're going to ultimately force so many turnovers?
They tell me all the time that I'm a defensive stopper for the point guards. So I take pride in my defense, picking them up 94 feet and tying for the floor. Even if I can't pick a steal, just turning them and getting them uncomfortable so they can't run their offense so smoothly. It just helps. It helps the team. So even though my shots weren't falling today, I was just trying to do. As long as I was on the floor, I was going to do something to impact the game. And today it was the defense.
We'd like to thank DeAndre, Ryan, and Shabazz for joining us in the interview room all weekend. Congratulations. We'll see you in North Texas. We're looking for the first question at this time for UConn head coach Kevin Ollie. There's one in the front to the right. Stephanie.
Hello. Hi, Coach. Stephanie Stepp from Harlem Community Radio. You know, I asked a listener about you last Sunday. I said, what about Kevin Ollie? He said, well, he stepped into a basketball powerhouse situation. And I said, no, you got to give him credit, I think, because you can't just step into anything and take it for granted. Can you respond to that?
You can't take it for granted. I thank Coach for giving me this opportunity. I knew what I had, though. I have faith in my players. I had a great coaching staff. Two of my coaches coached me and got head coach experience, and my belief in God. I knew God was going to give me a way out of no way, and I thank him for this opportunity. I thank Coach for always being there. I thank my AD and my president that gave me an opportunity to sign me for that one-year deal and then extend me during the season, and they faith in me. And I just want to make these kids better people. And if we can do that and win a national championship on the way, that's good.
The next question's on the right for Greg.
Greg Logan from Newsday. Kevin, what did you say to Jim after the game, and was there ever any time when you were first taking over that you had any self-doubts about your ability to come through like you have?
You know, it's always, you know, the back of your mind, and you're thinking about certain things. Is this the right job? You know, and should I stay in the NBA? You have those thoughts going in your mind, but at the end of the day, I wanted to be close to my family, and I wanted to come back to my second family, which is my UConn family, and just to be around Coach, you know, all the time, and him believing in me even before this coaching thing, even as a 17-year-old, and believing me that I can be a point guard, and passing up on a lot of guards and have me come way from Los Angeles to Connecticut is like unbelievable. And he always believed in me from day one. And I thank him to death for it, and that's what I told him in his ear. You know, thank you for believing in me. And, you know, I can do this job, but I need a lot of help. It's not just a one-man show. And that's why I got a great coaching staff. That's why I got great players. And, you know, and that's why I want to just keep forging on and keep building. Don't lay on your success. Keep building on your success. And I think we're doing that. And we're going to enjoy a trip to Texas again.
We'll move to the center aisle on the right side. Steve.
Coach Steve Politi from the Star-Ledger in New Jersey. Just curious, what was going through your mind when you reached the top of the ladder? It looks like you're having a great time with the fans up there. I mean, what was that experience like for you?
It was just a great experience. It's a great time when you can get on that ladder, but, you know, I was really taking my time, you know, one step at a time. And that's what you got to do to get up top of the ladder. You can't skip no steps. And the last 2 years, we didn't skip no steps. We took one step at a time, and I keep telling you that, and that's what it's all about. Guys believe. They didn't get out of their roles. They believed in each other, and we call something called level 5, and that's a championship mentality. And if we can have level 5 all the time, and not only on the basketball court, in the classroom too, we're going to be fine. And that's what we try to strive for each and every day, to have that level 5 and play for one another and play, you know, this game the right way. And the right way is believing in what's on your chest, and not what's on your back. And we don't play, you know, for what's on the back of our jersey. We play with what's on the front. And it's a great school that's on the front. And we got a lot of great fans out there, and then we got a lot of great student athletes that came through UConn. You can see everybody come back. Andre Drummond, Ben Gordon, Emeka Okafor, Richard Hamilton, even players that you don't even know in the NBA. You know, it's a big family, and that's what Coach created. And I'm glad he passed me the baton, and I'm just trying to run on it and try to still create that environment, because it's all about family with UConn.
Next question's toward the right side on the front.
Coach, talk about the physicality of the game. Coach Izzo was up here earlier. Big Ten is known to be a physical conference. So was the Big East. Talk about two guys that are hardly ever up there on the stage, but no one in Brimmer, the job they did down low in asserting their physicality.
Oh, they did a wonderful job. And, yes, Big Ten is known for that, but American Conference is known for it too. And we got our American flag waving out our window going down to Texas. And we're going to keep it up high, and we're going to keep playing the right basketball. And we physical too. Don't get it mixed up. We predators out there. And we're going to go in, and we're going to do a great job. We're going to, you know, not only, you know, use our physicality with our muscle, we're going to use our physicality with our mind. And I think that's what we did tonight. When they was physical, we played the right type of game. We made hard cuts. We was going downhill. We shared the basketball. And then when we get up to the free throw line, that's our toughness. You know, it don't have to be a wrestling match. We use our toughness mentally. And I think we put on the board, it was concentration and mental toughness, and that's what we had today. Because concentration, if you go 18 for 18 in the second half, you got to be mentally tough. And that's what we've been doing if you've been watching us. You know, when we get up to that free throw line, we knock them down.
Next question is right in the front.
Coach, you stressed the importance of shutting down State in the paint, and your players alluded to a plan. Can you talk about what the plan was, and then also if you can comment on the advantage that Madison Square Garden seemed to be for your players in terms of keeping their energy level going?
I mean, Madison Square Garden is a great place. I don't care if you know, now from here, whenever I walked in here in the NBA, it was just a great place to play at. And to come in here and have all our fans here, and don't discredit Michigan State. They fans was here too, so they had some loud fans too. And you know, it was a great opportunity for us to get a win. But at the end of the day, we playing against Michigan State. You know, the fans can't come down and stick Adrian Payne. Fans can't box out Brandon Dawson. Our players had to do that. But they do give us the energy when we get down. When we got down by 10 or 11 or something in the second half, you know, in unison they stood up, and you can feed that. You can feed off that energy. And our game plan was simple. We wanted to hit first. Everybody was kind of, you know, picturing them as the giant, and we didn't want to wait for the giant. We wanted to go meet our giant, and that's what we did the first half. We met our giant, and we played basketball.
Toward the center on the left side of the aisle.
Tara Sullivan here from the Bergen Record. I was just curious, Ryan said something about you showing them the tape of the Florida game. Where did that happen? Like, what was that by design? You wanted to show them something, or was that before the tournament started? What?
Yeah, it was by design. We did that after the Louisville game. You know, when we lost by, I think 31. I don't even want to remember that. But it was a great, you know, transition for us. It was a downtime, and in downtimes, what you do is you bond together as brothers, and you hold that fist up. And that fist is always for us is fight. You know, it's our identity. That's the I, and then the S is stay, and then the T is together. And that's what we always hold that fist in every time we bring it in. And that's what we did. And I just wanted to show them, you know, Florida was number one, and we can beat number one. We've already proved it. And I wanted to show them their intensity, you know, on the defensive end, the offense. We were sharing the basketball, and that's what it is. It's, you know, life's is full of ups and downs. And Louisville was a down for us. Actually, it promoted us, though. And that's what the down times do if you don't give up. It promotes you. And we had a great destiny, and this is our destiny. And it's not stopped yet, and we're going to love this journey on to Texas, and we're going to see what happens against them. But I love Billy Donovan, what he does with his program, and he's just an amazing coach, and their team is amazing, and it's going to take 44 again. And that's kind of been our mantra throughout this tournament.